beginning of a brand new year. We've got snow outside, and that means always some either snow removal problems or issues that the residents face. So tell us a little about what's happening here in Lansing right now.
So we wanted to really address it this year as far as snow removal and what we're going to be doing, just to make sure that we're on top of it, so that we don't run into any of the issues we had last year. So the snow ordinance, really, in its basis, when you break it down, it's the idea that by 8 a.m., as long as there's 2 inches of snow or more, that you have to move on. Say the date is December 6th. So that's the even days of the calendar year. So as the 6th, you have to be on the even side of the street. If it's December 7th, then you have to be on the odd side. So just by 8 a.m., and that ensures that our vehicles can get up and down the streets to snowplow, as well as emergency vehicles. And then once they've made their pass through, then you can feel free to move your car back to in front of your house, or if it's on the other side, just to kind of, but we want to ensure that at least our staff and the public works staff, as well as emergency vehicles, have full access to be able to clear a really good path.
Okay, so let's say it starts snowing around 11 or 12 o'clock at night, and we get 3, 4, 5 inches. Should I worry about racing out before 8 a.m. in the morning to make sure that my car is on the even side if it's going to be the even day, or the odd side if it's going to be odd day?
Right, so it's up to each resident as far as when they would want to do it. We just ask that you do it by 8 a.m. So it helps because for several reasons. One is if it's by 8 a.m., then most people are already getting up to go either to work or getting ready to take their kids to school and such. So, so you can, if you don't feel like dealing with it in the morning, feel free to do it, at 11:30 or, in the middle of the night if you care to. But we're not asking that you have to do it in the middle of the night. But as long as it's done by 8 a.m., that would ensure that our vehicles can get through.
So odd days by 8 a.m. be on the odd side. Even days by 8 a.m. be on the even side. Sounds simple enough. Are there other issues related to particularly the month of January? Christmas trees, other kinds of rubbish. Do Christmas trees have to go in those toters that we had for landscape?
Well, they do not have to go inside the toters, because most people have a 5-foot, 6-foot trees, and those can't go inside the toters. However, we ask that if you do have your Christmas trees, a live Christmas tree that you need to be removed, Homewood Disposal is actually the ones that are actually taking care of the trees as far as removing them. So if once you bring them outside, just remove all decorations, because sometimes people still leave the stands on them and everything else. We ask that you take off all the decorations and the stands, and then put it wherever your normal garbage is. So if your garbage is normally in the alley, put it in the alley. If you do not have an alley, then you can feel free to utilize the parkway. But it's really just goes wherever your normal garbage is.
Is that pretty much the key issues for January, let's say on into February, related to snow and snow removal and garbage?
Yeah, definitely that. And just being safe on the roads. I mean, just give yourself a lot of travel time as far as, wherever you're heading. We just want to ensure that our residents are safe. We definitely want to ensure that, your walkways are cleaned off so that kids who are walking to school, if you can, we would just ask that residents be mindful of their own individual property, and also look at if you have a senior neighbor, and you have the ability to help them out, I would strongly encourage just being a good neighbor that way.
Well, everybody's looking forward toward Spring Madness or March Madness, and then the spring. Speaking of March, just a quick update on what's happening. Things slow down in the community regarding the change of businesses, the O'Reilly's, Walmart. Can you give us any update quick on those things?
Well, Walmart is moving along very much as scheduled, and they will be opening probably the second week of March. So right around mid-March they will be opening, and we're excited of that. In fact, just so residents are aware that they already have their permits to be able to bring in merchandise and such. So the next few weeks you're going to be seeing a lot more semi-traffic on Torrance Avenue, just because they'll be bringing a lot of merchandise into the store. So that is coming up very quickly. And even sooner than that is O'Reilly's. And as many of you have already noticed, the corner of Ridge and Torrance, they've rebuilt that area, and it's looking a lot better. We're excited by that. And O'Reilly's is due to open up for business in just a few weeks. So first week of February, they will be open for business, and we'll be excited to bring another business to Lansing.
Well, Fabian, thank you very much for this New Year's update. Happy New Year, and we hope that this winter doesn't bring as many headaches as last winter.
Yeah, we do as well. So as long as everyone remains safe, we're excited that the spring is coming around the corner, hopefully. Be optimistic.